how much money did you make with dropshipping?
Overall, made about 80k now. Most of it's from a main product, which is about 75k.
Yeah, it's a very new winner.
Why do you think this one did go viral? Maybe you can share your screen, we can go through it.
This one is my main product. This is in about 2 months. And then I have the same product, but just on a different account.
Maybe you can refresh this one before we get to the next.
It's just started to reset, hasn't it? There we go.
There we go. How do you feel with this? This must be crazy, huh?
Yeah, it was a long process for me, very long, but it was insane when it started going off. I think my highest day was like a 5.8k day, which was insane, absolutely insane. I've been waiting for about 7 months for this, but it's worked too well, better than I expected.
When did you start dropshipping? 7 months ago, you said?
I started the program 7 months ago. Started the dropshipping about a year ago now.
Maybe you can show the other store and then we can stop the screen share.
That's the other store. That was in about a month. I also have another product what did well. That's 1.5k. That's my other product.
So how many products have you tested so far until you found these ones?
Around 30, I'd say, at the minute.
You tested 30 products until you found a winner?
About 20 till I found a winner. 30 around now.
What motivated you to keep going after 20 consecutive failures?
Honestly, just getting past the barrier in my head. Because for the first few months, you just have you have chains in your head where it's like a time limit to make it. You feel like you need to make it in this amount of time. But then once you've just got through them barriers, it's just a process of I'm never going to stop. After that, you never will stop.
Obviously, you did it by yourself for quite a long time. What was the changes in between, like you doing it by yourself versus with us?
By myself, I just knew nothing. It was doing everything as a wing. You just get out of bed, record a random video, what you thought of in your head, and then you just upload it. It was the worst experience and just nothing worked. The qualities were bad. But with you guys, everything worked a lot more smoother. There was paths of how to even just planning videos helped me so much. Everything is planned out, everything's ready, and it just makes it a lot easier to record and just the whole process.
And what was the main reason why you even decided to start with online business? Why dropshipping? What was you how did this whole thing go about?
Weirdly, I was getting a mortgage with my house because I worked my job. It was railway, worked quite a hard-working job. And the mortgage advisor said to me, they were like, what would you do if you broke your leg or quit your job or something went wrong? And I was like, I don't know. I don't actually know what to do. And I proper panicked. And that made me actually think of, I need some kind of side hustle. I need something that can have a backup if it goes wrong. So I searched around, looking online, doing the normal stuff. And then as they do, everyone just comes across Mikey. Mikey again, the guy, the goat. And he's showing his case studies, and then I got to the point where he joined your program. That made me look at all your stuff, and I did I think I did a battery tester product and this spray product, and it was the worst product in the world, the absolute worst. I did that, so I thought, okay, I'll join your program, see how this works. I went to join, and I went on that boarding call, and I backed out. Bro. I don't know what it was. I backed out. I was just scared of joining, and I was like, I can't do this. Did it again for a month. Nothing worked, and I was like, I'm stupid. I'm joining back straight away. So I joined back, bro. I messaged the guy, and I was like, I'm joining now. And straight away, it's been sky's the limit. It's been too well.
And that 1 month, what was the decision why you still did end up joining? You obviously, when you backed out, you thought, okay, I can just do this by myself. What switched in your head to actually join in the end?
Just that nothing was working. I did a new product for the month. I think I tested 3 more products. And nothing worked. It was all the same stuff, all 200 views. Nothing. Instagram wasn't working. So I was like, nah, I need to join this program. Yeah. The worst thing what can happen is an opportunity I've lost. That's it. That's the worst thing.
And when did you find your first winner within the program? How many months did it take?
It took about 5 months in the program. Yeah, where I found this car projector product. Everyone's probably seen it.
Quite a long time. What do you think was the thing which led up to this moment? Why did this specific first product work versus the other ones?
I think that for me, it took me a lot longer to learn the skill itself, and I was just hardly grasping it. When I learned the skill and learned how to actually put it into work and know what controversies to put in and different virality factors, it made it pop off a lot easier. Yeah. This one was a lot of luck because it popped off a month after. something mad.
Maybe we can take a look at the account and go through it.
Yeah.
I only went viral with these. Do you want me to show the videos?
Yeah, like the top video, sure. So why do you think this one did go viral for you?
This, weirdly, my girlfriend was the one who thought of the concept, which is quite funny. And mainly just because of the product versus prototype angle, and it engages people to watch it. And it mainly went to like girls, this one, because due to my girlfriend being the main thing in it, it engaged them a lot more to watch.
That makes sense. And this product, obviously, it just made like 1.5K. This was the one?
Yeah, for the views it got, 1.5K is really bad.
Yes. Yeah, super, super low. And then the next winner, I assume you can't reveal because it's working right now, right?
Yeah, it's a very new winner.
My team actually did like a little analysis for the case study of your main account. And it turned out that you have exactly 33 viral videos. And just the main account has like almost 85 million views, which is super high. It obviously matches your conversions. Like you made like 1K per million views in total, something around that, which is fine. It's nothing insane. It's nothing like crazy at all, but it's good that it keeps being that normal on scale, because what we see sometimes is if you get like 1 million views, you sometimes make like $10,000 off it, but then if you get 10 million views, you're not going to make $100,000 off it, but much less. And here basically like kind of kept consistent, like 1K per million views, which is okay. Why do you think the main account did so well for you?
Mainly because I brought the product to the platform and the niche itself, because the niche is like very, very passionate. That's why the account got a stupid amount of followers, even though it didn't convert as well, because I think it's a high ticket product. The niche itself just loved the product, and I make very engaging and showcasing videos, and they love that.
And for the main account, how did you come up with like all the viral videos themselves?
Just looking into the niche, looking into like the niche and similar products in the niche, because there were a guy who were going viral with a similar product to mine, and I took videos from his and from a lot of products in that niche. Due to I had nothing to look at, it was the first product to the platform. It makes it a lot harder, but due to the products in that niche, it made it a lot easier.
Yeah. I've heard that you also have like a really good solution for Instagram accounts generally.
Oh, yeah. I do it where I get like people to make accounts for me. Mainly where I am, it won't really work if you're in a different country, but they make accounts for me and post for me. And then once the account starts kicking off, I take the accounts off them, and they work really well, like insanely well.
And obviously now that you made so much money over the last like few months, did your life change any? Like, do you feel different? Is anything different from before, or is it kind of all the same?
Bro, it's exactly what they all say. Nothing changes. You sit in your room and you just sat there recording stupid videos, and nothing changes.
It's all the same. Doesn't matter with or without money.
Yeah, exactly. I think it'll only change when you start like traveling and everything. But now nothing changes, and we just keep working.
Yeah. Do you still work your 9 to 5?
Yeah, still working at 9 to 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
The money's good, to be honest, and it's a hard job to get back into. And I've been speaking to Jacob, and he said as soon as you get another winner, you quit that job. That's the main goal at the minute, and I'm ready for it.
No, yeah, like the main goal should be quitting that one as soon as possible. But how many hours per day do you work the job versus dropshipping?
It's quite lenient. It depends on, because I can do like shift work, so it depends when they have availability. But I normally work about 8 hours a day, and then for the other 8 hours to 10 hours, I'm just doing dropshipping.
Like, wait, you do 8 hours regular job, and then how many hours dropshipping?
About another 8 hours.
Another 8 hours?
Yeah, and then it's bed, and then straight on to the next thing.
Damn. So you do 16-hour days?
Yeah. The job, though, I get to also do product research and that on the job, because I have to just sit there. So it makes it easier.
I see. It all is a thing where you just have to be consistent with it. Obviously, I assume you didn't make it work where you do 16-hour days every single day, no breaks, like 7 days a week. That's something which most people can't do. So you have to just find a balance where it works for you over a long enough time period. You did it for 7 months. So like 7 months straight, you basically had to keep a schedule. Did you feel that you started chilling a little bit more after it started to work, or not yet?
Yeah, I noticed it a bit because the products went down, because some products I were getting switched. I started doing Facebook ads, and I noticed I did go down because I've just been on holiday as well, and it did go a bit down after that. But straight away, it just took me just focusing a bit more, doing the calendar structure, and the calendar structure's OP. Straight away, you're just back into it.
How was it when you started implementing the calendar structure overall?
It was hard at the start because I was very lazy at the start. I hardly did anything. I remember I did like an hour a day before the program. That was it. So as soon as the calendar structure was put in, your brain's going like mental, but now it works perfect. Like I wouldn't go a day without it.
Yeah. And I think honestly, like you said, that everything stayed the same after you basically made it work. Nothing really changed. I think the main reason for that is the job. Like if you keep working your job and still do everything like you did before, you can't feel anything. Like you're gonna be numbed to every change. So like the real change which is gonna happen is one day you just wake up, you don't go to your job, you do dropshipping only, and then you have literally half the work, because if you just do only 8 hours a day of dropshipping, you're gonna do the same amount as you do right now, and then you basically have a bunch more free time. You can travel, do all these things, and especially when you start spending the money, things actually change, because right now just like the number in the bank account doesn't make any difference. The only thing which makes a difference is the things you buy with that money, and it's just going to take some time until you get there. Obviously, I'm not telling you to spend anything. Like you shouldn't go hard and just like be balling right now, but obviously like at a point where you have multiple winners in a row, it just will make sense to spend some money. And I think it's something which is also very motivating. Like I've seen that if you, for example, make like 10 to 20k profit per month, it really feels like you don't need anything else, and it does, like your motivation just drops because you think you already have more than enough. You don't need to push any extra, like it's fine. But if you start spending, you're gonna see, fuck, that's not even close to what I want. I need more, and then you're basically gonna push much more. Is there any specific things which you like want to buy, or things which you plan on doing?
Yeah, I'm working toward it. I want to buy a new car at the minute, badly, because me and my girlfriend like share a car, and I need a new one. And then I really want to buy my parent a holiday, like my mum. She needs a holiday, and I want to buy one just for her and me, so it'd be perfect.
Yeah, bro, do that for sure. Like you should start with that. Like I think you can treat her and yourself with a holiday already.
It's just about at the minute getting the schedules. That's why I really want to quit the job, like you said, because it'll free up so much time.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And like obviously now that like you're also talking to Jacob and like the more advanced people in the advanced program, how is that so far?
Them half an hour calls with Jacob are just 10 times better. You can explain so much more stuff, and I feel like I have a lot more questions due to it's half an hour.
Yes.
And with its advice on like creators and the fact I'm doing like Facebook ads and that now, it's just I need that more time or it wouldn't work.
So far, what would you say were the most valuable things for you generally inside of the program?
The one-on-ones, by far. The one-on-ones are just, you can review everything, especially at the start with the content, because your content's just shit. And then being able to review your content and make it 10 times better every time as well. Like it's not just like one time, it's every time. It'll make your content so much better. And you can have up to like 5 of them a week, which it's so good. And
I've heard that you did like some public filming things where things went wrong. What happened there?
Yeah, it was with this weed product, because you get like roadmen in the UK, because you have to do that thing outside, and I did it in like a town centre. And I had people like coming up to me like, "What you doing, bro? What you doing?" Because they don't like you recording yet, and they noticed it was like a weed product. So they kept trying to take it off me and use it, like put like weed in it and stuff. And I was like, "Bro, you can't do that." And he was like, "I'm buying one off you one day." That's
That's hilarious.
It just sounds like the UK.
Yeah, I don't even like. Is it roadmap? What's roadman? I don't understand your fucking UK thing.
Oh, it's like people in like all black. They're just like selling drugs and that, basically.
Ah, I see. I see. Did you generally have like fear of filming in public, or was that not a problem from the get-go?
Yeah, I had so much nerves, but to be honest, you just do it. The first time you do it, it's probably the most awkward thing in the world, but once you do it a few times, it kind of just feels like normal. And
did you tell anybody about this whole success, like your friends, your family?
I haven't told many of my friends yet, only some of them, because the others aren't. They just don't really believe in it when they hear dropshipping. They just still don't believe it. Even if I said I had like 100k in the bank, they wouldn't believe it.
Really?
Yeah, and then my mum and that, I told her I made like 10k at the start, and I said I'm going to make 20, and she went, "No, you're not." She was like, "I don't know anyone who's going to make that." And then I showed her I made 20k in 1 month, and she said, "Okay, now make 50." And I was like, "Wait there, one day I'm going to make it."
Yeah, that's crazy. Was she happy about it? Did she believe it? Did she understand that the whole thing's real?
Yeah, she don't understand what it is. They never do. but she understands the money now when I showed her the bank, and she understands that one day I'm gonna quit my job. And she doesn't like it, but she knows it's going to happen.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like, what's your goals generally for the next like 6 to 12 months? Where do you want to be?
I want to hopefully be like 100k in the bank. The main thing is just consistency. I'm very consistent at the minute. But what Jacob keeps telling me.
It's all about that. Like, honestly, if you make 10 to 20k profit per month and it stays being like that forever, like for the next year, that's fine. Like that's good enough. Obviously you want to scale, but like what you don't want under no circumstances is having like a few good months and then dropping and not making anything, because that's something which can happen really easily, especially if you get comfortable, you know. Like this is you always have to keep in mind you're at a crossroad right now. Like the moment where you start to make it, you can lose it all really, really fast if you don't do the proper things. So like make sure to keep being locked in, get the job out the way as soon as possible, and then just double down on this.
Sometimes I feel like getting rid of all the money out of my bank, so you get to that stressful feeling again. So you just grind and grind.
What do you think like mentally changed when you didn't make it work by yourself, then also didn't make it work with us, and now did make it work? Like how do you how did your like just generally like your mindset progress throughout the time?
It just feels like just feels relieved, to be honest. It didn't feel like, well done, you've done it. It just felt relieved that I've actually can make it now. And now I just need to be able to do it again, because I've done it before. So I easily should be able to do it again and again.
Yes. And what's the main advice you would give to like a complete beginner? They have no idea what they're doing, just starting out.
Just start out, to be honest. Start out, get your first product, and just get on with the process. If they're looking at you, focus on your videos. If it's a ecom king, do him. Just try and focus on one person and keep going with that. And also, if you ever feel like quitting, like you feel like it's not working, because I took like 7 months to make it, and I was going through the deep darks of hell. Just know that one day it will work if you keep jumping over the barriers.
Did you ever have that thought of quitting?
Oh, every single week at the start. Every single week. It just felt like I was just the guy who could never make it. I was just that guy. When I'm seeing on the group calls, seeing all the guys make it, seeing all the guys make a shit ton of money, and I thought I was just that guy who will never make it. But you just keep going.
Do you have any specific reason why you kept going, or did you just like turn your brain off and just did it?
Just because I needed to make this work. It was my option. I chose dropshipping. I did like FBA before, Amazon FBA, and it never worked. So dropshipping was my only option to do. So I had to make it.
Did you have any like major issues in the process? Did you have any specific things which like stopped you from making it work in the beginning?
Yeah, my Instagram didn't work for like 5 months. I had the worst IP problems. My IP it's basically got like a ban on it, where it just doesn't like accounts work. So I constantly had to find routes to get around that. They were the main problems.
Yeah, that's so important to see. Like if you, for example, are shadow banned, like you were for like a few months, you literally everything you do on these accounts doesn't count. Like you can do 7 months worth of dropshipping, 5 months of them you were shadow banned. You literally did dropshipping for 2 months in terms of outcomes. Like you're not going to make it work. Nothing matters. You're shadow banned. It's not going to work. So it's very, very important to make sure that like you work around that. You know that you're shadow banned. And obviously, like hearing from what you're saying, like a major issue was that you didn't even know that you were shadow banned when you were, and that like, later on we checked it, and you're like, oh fuck, this just like was basically all like went to waste because it couldn't have worked. And that's just something which always needs to be checked. Like in our program, we show people how to do like IP checks and things like that, where you know for sure that you are or are not shadow banned, and then you can take it from there, change your IP, and basically make it work around that like you did. Would you say that when you found out that you are shadow banned, were you relieved or were you even more stressed?
More stressed. I felt like it was just another problem where it weren't going to work. And I ended up like changing my router, buying a new router, doing a load of different stuff. Eventually, the problem always gets found, like someone's dealt with it before. And I just thought of a way of just basically getting someone who has a good IP, someone else's address, and that works straight away.
Yeah, exactly. Me personally, I'm always relieved when I hear something like this for myself. Like if I try something really hard and it doesn't work, and then I realize oh, that's why there's just like a literal quick fix, and then after that it should be working, I'm always like so relieved. Like, for example, if I had a bunch of moments where I spent like 10K on Facebook ads and like nothing worked at all, and then I realized, fuck, my like one of the payment providers is off, and just like 70% of the sales didn't even go through, or like one country is turned off, like some dumb shit. That was the moment where I was like, oh my god, thank god, this is the best thing which could have ever happened, because like if it wouldn't be that, I don't know what to do. Now I just change this one small thing, and after that it's going to work. And that's obviously like the same experience you had. Like, you just changed the IP, and after that everything started to work off the bat, because you basically built up the skill of doing good videos already until then. It just shows like how important the skill of dropshipping is versus the rest. And if you have the skill down, you just need to have a good product and a good algorithm. Like, you need to understand algorithm can be your best friend and your biggest enemy. You can just get crushed by the algorithm if you don't know what you're doing. If you have any issues there, it's not going to work. It doesn't matter how good your rest is.
100%. And the biggest relief for you guys were you guys also just telling me my videos are good. So I knew it was something else.
Yes.
It had to be. It helped a lot, because when your videos are never going viral, you just think you're shit. You think your videos are bad.
And that's a massive problem as well. Like, you start changing good things. You had like a good video, and then you start changing it and making it bad again because you thought the good video didn't work, so I need to change again. But in reality, it was just the algorithm which screwed you over. So I think it's very important to understand that. Yeah. How would you generally like describe the program to somebody who's watching this as like is not in?
It's the one-to-ones what make it. I know I've actually been in other programs, and it's all just courses. That's all it ever is. It's just video courses all the time. And they work for like a bit of information, but for TikTok organic, this actual business model, it'll never work.
You can't get proper feedback without even having one-on-one calls. Our whole program is structured around one-on-one support, especially in the dropshipping niche, where if you have a group call, you can't even reveal your product properly in front of everybody else. So there has to be an element of one-on-one just to be even able to talk like kind of in secret without 50 other people copying you. So that's why we constantly have one-on-one calls, the WhatsApp support, and all these things. And yeah, like when people are watching this, basically, if you also want to join, you can click the link below, sign up for a call. We're going to find out if everything is a good fit. But in the end of the day, you can tell from even this case study, it's difficult. Like, it takes time. It's not quick. There's no quick fixes. You're definitely going to suffer in the beginning. It's almost guaranteed to fail in the first like month or so. For sure, you're like almost 100% chance you're not going to make anything work, which is fine, because you don't want to make it work in the beginning. You just want to have a long-term consistent income, which you can build up with a skill of organic. So yeah, I think that should be it. Any other questions you have to me or anything?
Yeah, I've got a few questions. I'm wondering with Facebook ads, because I'm doing that now, how would I scale more than one product? Because you can't do it on the same ad, can you?
Yeah, like, are you using agency accounts?
Yeah.
You just go like through different agency accounts on Facebook, and basically there are a few tricks which you can use. What we're doing is you go on Upwork, you find a VA. If you find one VA, usually you can buy Facebook accounts from them. So you can buy a Facebook account for like $50 from them. They verify it, put their ID in, and that's basically it. And you can literally get unlimited accounts with that. That VA is going to have an entire friend circle battling over also getting $50 for their Facebook accounts. Because in these countries, $50 is so much. You can literally pay them $50 and everybody's going to want to do it. So it's very, very easy to buy accounts in that way. It's just important that like they're verified, and that's it. And then you can have like account structures per product, and that's how we do it.
That's insane. That's just like easy money, that.
Yeah, exactly.
How much money do you reckon I need to make to be financially free?
What does that mean? Like, what do you want?
Without the traveling, just a lifestyle so I can spend without the price tag.
Do you want to have like a super nice apartment, a super nice car? Do you want to buy your mother a bunch of gifts every month? What do you want?
Yeah, I'd say the nice car, buy the mother gifts. But I've already got the house at the minute, so I can stay here, and this is about $1,000 a month, about that expenditure.
Yeah. Without traveling, I think 15 to 20K a month after tax is what you need. Traveling starts to make it like all of it pretty expensive. If you just calculate like 2K a month for a car, like to lease it or whatever. Another 5K a month for like gifts and presents, and like every month somebody's birthday coming up, something's always there, you know. So like 5K a month for presents and gifts, like 5 to 10K a month for not looking at prices. That's what it's going to cost, and then everything above that should just be saved, basically. If you are willing to spend it all, that's what you need, you know. But in reality, you're going to be very fearful of spending $15,000 a month if you make 20.
Oh yeah, very much.
Yes. So in reality, to actually be able to spend the money I was talking about, you're going to need more, probably like 30K a month, something like that. It's going to be mentally kind of okay to spend 15 a month, 10 to 15 a month. You need to make a lot of money to live a pretty comfortable life for sure. And 10K, like I'm telling you right now, 10K is not enough, not even close.
At the minute, you feel like it's enough, but I know for a fact when the expenditures go up, it's nowhere near.
You're going to see money just literally vanishes when you don't look at prices. It's insane. It goes so fast, and just 10K are gone instantly. It's for sure not enough.
That's interesting. I've got to keep grinding then. I tell you, I got to get...
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, for sure.
And what are the most important things you've learned in like your life?
My life?
Yeah, not even in terms of dropshipping, just like certain like lessons.
I think like the biggest maybe blessing I ever had, and the biggest like kind of thing I always follow, is something which my dad told me from a pretty young age, which is just don't follow things people tell you. And like this is something which most people always do with everything. They just go the regular path. And my dad is a very odd character, like he's an artist. He lives a very chaotic life. Everything is not regular at all. And he doesn't care about things which are really relevant for other people. He can, like, I don't know, not pay a bill for like a year straight until his bank account gets frozen, and he doesn't give a fuck. Like, he's a very odd character, you know? And basically, like, he constantly was telling me there's always another option which is not visible. And most people, if they have to pay a bill, the only option they see is I have to pay the bill. And he was like, wait, well, in reality, I can also just not pay the bill and let's see what happens. And he just doesn't do it, you know? Obviously, that's like a pretty negative example, but in reality, like with a lot of other things, it was a massive benefit to me. That's the only reason why I started doing this whole like business thing, because everybody was pushing me to do like go to university and do all these things. And to most people, it was the only path. Like, there was no other option. The question which everybody, like after we were done with school, all of my friends, basically the question they were asking themselves is, what will I study? Like, which subject will I go to university for? Not will I generally study, because they didn't even see that as an option. And for me, I quickly realized I can also do another world. Like, we're literally living in an open world where you can just go there and do this. And if you want, you can go to another country. And there's like a completely open world, which you could like, it's just there to explore, you know? And I started doing random things, like doing internships in different countries and being like a club promoter in a party town, and like all these things which regular people just didn't do around me at all. And I think it's just seeing options which are not there. And that's the main thing. Like, most people get a few options. You can do A, B, or C. But in reality, like, there's like 10 other options which are just not presented to you. But if you think hard enough, there's always 10 more options. That's something like which my dad taught me, which is very, very helpful genuinely with everything I do.
Yeah, people don't realize that's a skill in itself as well, because most people are just one-minded. They just see that straight path.
When somebody tells you, do you want to do A or B? You are literally there thinking, should I do A or B? But that's already the wrong thing to do. You should, like, that's what I mean with not listening to people if they're not exactly where you want to be at. You know, like, I don't listen to people in general who present me two options when I know there's more. And if somebody just presents you two options, that in and of itself is going to limit you to these two options. And that sometimes is going to be really horrible for you, because you just like forget about everything else. And that's why, like, you always have to think with your own mind and make sure you understand there's always more, always.
Yeah, I like that thinking. That's what I'm trying to think at the minute. I used to be very one-minded, but then dropshipping opens everything for you.
Yeah, no, 100%. But like even within dropshipping, you're gonna see that there's way more options than you can even think of. You know, my brother, for example, like just literally like invented new product types, new strategies, and new things within dropshipping just by sitting there and thinking, why don't we just do something else? Like what variable do we have which we never tested? And then he found a bunch. You know.
Your brother's a go. I spoke to him the other day, and he's so good. He
Yeah,
told me to rechange my old website, and it's already worked so well.
he's the best. Like if you make 100K revenue without my brother and he just comes in, the next 100K are going to be 150K. Like you just make 50K extra pure profit backend, like from doing everything right on the store and the average order value and all these things. You can literally make 50% more revenue and like 80 or 90% more profit because like it's almost pure profit margin, you know?
Yeah, and that's not even the marketing side. That's just changing a website.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Like not even talking about any extra. There's no extra work except for backend. Like you did all these things to go viral to get the person on the website, and then the website is not perfectly optimized. You know, that can't be it.
Most people don't think about that, especially as organic guys.
It's so annoying to me because we come from a world which is Facebook ads only. Like we basically started on Facebook, and you can't make it work without having everything optimized. And because organic is so easy, when you get the sale, it's always instantly profitable. You don't give a fuck about anything else. Like it just like you think, all right, it's fine like it is because I already got the sale. I'm happy about the sale. When in reality, every sale you get, you lost out on the second sale from the same person.
Very true. AOV is just not optimized.
Exactly.
How would you manage like actual traveling? Like say if you wanted to travel to like America with work, how would you end up working there while traveling?
Yeah, well, especially with organic, obviously you need to plan ahead and have a bunch of products ordered and all these things, like where you need to make sure the place you travel to either has very fast shipping times or you have a bunch of products lined up which you take with you. That's number one. Number two is you always have the option of pre-recording. So if you want to take 3 to 5 days off, you can just do double hours before that and then basically like have everything pre-recorded and then just go vacation, no problem. And then in the long run, you obviously want to outsource and have other people do stuff for you. And like in my case, like I have a very different like approach to this, but the only reason for that is I have 20 people, like at this point, even more than 20 people who work for me. And it's like a task is a voice message, hey, please do this. And that's my full task, you know? So even if I'm on vacation, I still have my phone with me. I can send as many voice messages as I want. And it's very different. In specifically your scenario, it's going to be like practically traveling to places where everything is good, where like the shipping times are good, where you have everything pre-planned, everything is good. And yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I think I'm trying to get the creator thing as well. Do you know where the creators do it for me? That would be like a big step.
No, yeah, for sure. Like, keep in mind, you have a skill which other people want, and you can teach the skill and you can replace payment with teaching. If you get a creator, you can literally tell them, I'm going to make you better at this skill. If you work for me for free, and only if you make me sales, you get a percentage of the sales. And this is what like all the top guys are doing because people want to learn the skill and they are willing to do it for free. Just understand skills are a currency, you know, like you literally pay somebody after you know the skill.
Would that be in regards to a lot of like personal branding?
Well, yeah, like personal branding obviously helps because then you get out, like people trust you and people know for sure that you have the skill. Obviously, there's 2 layers to it, and that's a good point. Like a friend of yours is going to trust you that you know how to do drop shipping. And if they want to do drop shipping, they're going to trust you that you're going to like basically not scam them, you know? But a random stranger is probably going to think, all right, this guy might scam me. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's not an expert. Who knows? And that's something which you have to build a personal brand for to even be able to build up creators. So like if you talk about like Mikey or like Costify or all these like top guys who have massive personal brands, obviously people are going to do the same thing for them and they trust that they're going to be like they actually know what they're doing.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've been wanting to work on the personal brand, but the time at the minute, it ain't the time.
Yeah, no, it's not, because you first need to quit the job.
Yeah.
It's an extra separate thing. Step 1 is quitting the job.
Still a broker. That'll be all the questions from me, Michael.
No, I love this. Hopefully, I'm going to see you soon. 100K in the bank account. We're going to do a second update case study. And as I said, for everybody watching, if you want to join the program, click the link below, sign up for a call. It's literally going to be us working with you one-on-one, guiding you through the entire process, looking over every video you make, every product you test, just looking over everything and making sure that everything is fine. And then obviously also helping you with all the algorithm things, etc.
I was saying it's the best opportunity, everyone. It's the only one out there.
So click the link below. Hopefully see you soon. And yeah.